Hello. Sorry for this really horrible angle. Okay, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at the road. I'm a good driver, trust me. I've never gotten into a car accident, knock on wood, knock on fake wood. These are kind of stressful times right now. The world has been taken over by coronavirus, and my school Northwestern is going remote next quarter, online classes, and I've been interning in LA, and I woke up this morning I woke up this morning, went to work, just anticipated it being a normal work day, and I get to work and my mom is like freaking out, like, you need to get on the road, you should come home immediately. And I call my boyfriend's mom, Anne, and she just was like, she heard from someone that people need to get to where they plan to get to, like when everyone has to start isolating, because this pandemic is like the real deal and it's crazy. Up in Washington, it's like a ghost town because everyone's like staying, like self-isolating. It's just crazy. I got to work, did like 2 things, and then had to leave abruptly, and just like I ran home and packed up my things and got on the road, and now I'm heading up to Stanford, where my boo thing Jared is at, and we're gonna stay the night, and then in the morning drive the rest of the way to Washington. But it's just, like, this is the weirdest. I've never been in anything like this. Like, there was this swine flu like outbreak or something back in 2009. I remember like adults throwing hand sanitizer at me like every place I went. But like, this is different. Things are shutting down. Like, we're gonna have to like just become hermits for the next like month at least. And I'm terrified for my grandparents, because Lord knows if they got it, like what would happen. And it's just kind of a scary time. And I'm also scared for like when hopefully this blows over in the like coming months. There's bound to be a recession. Like, things are just insane. Like, and in LA, I don't think people understood or understand really fully what's going on in other places, because it was just business as usual, and there was like a few cases there. But I've been obviously talking to all my peeps up in Washington, and they're like, it's a very different situation up there. And so I think some people are like confused as to why I'm going home, because it's like I'm going into the like hotbed of this whole, like the epicenter of where it began in the US. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't think people realize like this is gonna be a hotbed everywhere. Like, everyone's gonna, so I'm like, and again, I don't think people need to necessarily be panicking. I think they just need to follow the precautions that are starting to be set by other places, you know? Like, my university sent, like, just the other day was like canceled. Like, it started out being like, okay, classes or events should be canceled like up until like April 15th. And then I got an email saying like that, because I've been on my journalism residency, and they were like, if you can end it early, like please go home if you're feeling uncomfortable or like need to get home. And then they just determined that at least the first 3, they extended our spring break week, and then they have said that at least the first 3 weeks are going to be done remotely online, and then from there they'll reassess like later in April. But I'm hearing all this conflicting information. Like, they project like 4 million cases in the US by May 11th or something, and I've like heard all these different things. Some people think like the peak is gonna be in June, which is so far from now. Like, my little sister's school district is closed from today until like April 23rd. It's like 6 weeks that it's like closing for, and I've just never lived through anything like this. I don't think most people in my life have, and it's just kind of it's like a creepy time, and it's one of those situations where it's like, I'm not super worried if I get coronavirus. I mean, obviously I don't ever want to get sick, and that still is kind of scary. I mean, anytime you get sick, like, it's not, you don't hope for that, but at the same time, like, we need to be taking these precautions. Like, everyone is always saying, like, it's like, oh, it's like only if you have underlying conditions or are old that you need to be like otherwise, like, you're chilling. And it's like, what about the old people and the people with underlying conditions? Like, do we not care about them? Like, a lot of people are dying and are gonna die. Like, healthy people are gonna die from this, and I don't think people are necessarily taking this as seriously as they should. Again, I don't think people need to be like panicking like extreme and going insane. But at the same time, like, look around you, like, look up, look where these things are happening. Like, if I don't know, and then we have a president that's just not telling, like, has been downplaying it this entire time, and I'm just like, what is going on? I mean, my grandparents have been going out to dinner until like just yesterday or the day before, and I'm like, Grandma and Grandpa, they're in their 90s, like, that, you can't be like, what? Like, people are just, this is like serious. This is this is one of the biggest, I feel like, things, and I think people are finally catching on now that Tom Hanks got it and the NBA has canceled their season. Like, people are finally seeming to realize that this is like a big deal. But it's like, I don't know, just because you might not be an at-risk like person if you get this doesn't mean that it's not a serious thing. Like, this is not a native virus to where we're at. This is like, Italy is like, the entire country of Italy is shut down. Like, this is gonna have drastic effects on the world, and I just want to get to my people, and like, I don't feel comfortable being in a big city alone during this time, because I'm like, LA is bound to blow up with all of this soon, and if they haven't already, because we don't even know, because people aren't getting tested, and it's just insanity. So that's my little rant. I have an hour and 51 minutes until I get to Stanford, where they have had, I think, at least one confirmed case among the students. So putting myself at risk again, I guess. But I can't leave my love behind. So that's the sitch. Everyone be safe, be smart, and try and do some social distancing.